Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GKToday Academy app and there you can get the current affairs in quiz format and in digest format. And this is how you can attempt the quiz. For regular updates, please join our Telegram channel and this is the name of Telegram channel GKToday YouTube. So now let's start the quiz. Which country was the largest source of FDI in India? FDI stands for Foreign Direct Investment, and Singapore was the largest source of FDI in India, and recently DPIIT released data in this context. What is DPIIT? It is Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. So this DPIIT is under Commerce Ministry. Who is the chairperson of FSDC? What is FSDC? It is Financial Stability and Development Council. So, Union Finance Minister is the chairperson of FSDC. Recently, it was in news because the 22nd meeting of FSDC held recently. Which real-time facility has been launched by the Union Finance Minister that uses Aadhaar number-based eKYC? So, recently, the Instant PAN service was launched. PAN stands for Permanent Account Number. Which Association of India recently organized the Digital Summit on Exports through video conferencing? Right answer is CII. So recently CII, that is Confederation of Indian Industry, organized this Digital Summit, and Union Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal participated in this Digital Summit through video conferencing. What is the theme of World Menstrual Hygiene Day that was observed on the 28th of May? So the theme was periods in pandemic. So every year 28th of May is observed as World Menstrual Hygiene Day, and this is a global initiative that was started by a non-profit organization named Wash United. So it is a Germany-based non-for-profit organization, and every year on 20th of May, this day is celebrated. The theme of this year's day was periods in pandemic. Which famous technology company has launched a short music videos application called Collab? So it has been launched by Facebook, and this is an experimental project, and this has been launched for short music videos. Now Facebook was also in news because of its another application named Catch Up. So this Catch Up is an calling application which has been launched by Facebook. What is the name of Rajya Sabha member and MD of Malayalam Daily Mathrubhumi who passed away recently? So recently, the MD of Malayalam Daily Mathrubhumi, Virendra Kumar, passed away, and he was associated to Rajya Sabha as he was a Rajya Sabha member. Which Indian personality has been selected by UNICEF to spread awareness on menstrual hygiene? Right answer is Manushi Chillar. So, Manushi Chillar, who won the title of Miss World in 2017, had joined hands with UNICEF to spread awareness about the menstrual hygiene. Now, Manushi Chillar is also associated to an initiative named Project Shakti. The top executive, Thierry Delaporte, has been appointed as the MD and CEO of which major IT firm of India? Right answer is Wipro. Now he is going to replace the present CEO and MD of Wipro, Abdili Nimachwala. Prior to this, Thierry Delaporte was associated with Capgemini Group. Which country is the last among G7 nations to join the association's Artificial Intelligence Group? So USA is the last, and recently USA joined this group. Now this association on artificial intelligence is an initiative of G7 nations, and the objective of these nations is to set the guidelines for the use of artificial intelligence. What is the theme of International Day of United Nations Peacekeepers? So the theme is Women in Peacekeeping, a Key to Peace. So every year the 29th of May is observed as the International Day of UN Peacekeepers. Which state has launched the Rozgar Setu scheme for the skilled migrant workers? So this has been launched by the state government of Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh was also in news as recently it launched FIR Aapke Dwar initiative, which private airline of India has been approved by the DGCA to conduct drone trials. DGCA stands for Directorate General of Civil Aviation. So recently, India's leading private air carrier SpiceJet announced that it has received formal approval from the DGCA to conduct drone trials, and for this purpose, the cargo arm of SpiceJet, Spice Express, is going to conduct these experimental operations. Ajit Jogi, who passed away recently, was the first Chief Minister of which state? So, he was the first Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh and he passed away recently. Now, Chhattisgarh was also in news as recently it launched Rajiv Gandhi Kisan Nyaya Yojana, and the scheme was launched on the 21st of May. How many additional minor forest produce items were included in the MSP, that is Minimum Support Price list, by the Tribal Affairs Ministry? So, MOTA, that is Ministry of Tribal Affairs, has announced inclusion of 23 additional minor forest produce items in the Minimum Support Price list. So now the total items are 73. The foundation stone for a missile park named Agniprasth was laid down in which city? So, it has been laid down in Vishakhapatnam. Apart from this, a 2 megawatt solar photovoltaic plant was also commissioned at INS Kaling, and this is the largest plant in Eastern Naval Command. Labour Ministry partnered with which firm to launch an online career skills training on National Career Service Portal? So, for this purpose, Labour Ministry has partnered with TCS ION to provide free online career skills training, and this will be provided on NCS portal. The National Geographic Channel, in collaboration with Drinking Water Ministry, has released a film about which government scheme? So the name of initiative is Swachh Bharat Mission, and for this purpose, National Geographic Channel, in collaboration with the Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation, launched a film titled Swachh Bharat, India's Sanitary Revolution, and this film was recently premiered on Net Geo channel. What was the growth in real gross domestic product, that is GDP, of India in 2019-20? Now the first question is, what is the difference between real GDP and nominal GDP? So this is your homework. Now coming back to question. So as per the NSO, the Indian economy grew by 4.2% in year 2019-20. What was the real fiscal deficit of India as percentage of GDP for the previous year? So as per the latest data, the fiscal deficit was 4.59% of GDP. It is important to note that previously the target was 3.5%, later it was revised and it became 3.8%. Now, as per the latest data, it is 4.59%. China is set to impose a ban on pork related imports from, it is going to be India, after concerns regarding which disease? So it is due to African swine fever. So due to African swine fever, China announced that it is going to impose a ban on the import of pork related products from India. Which global organization has adopted a new voting procedure involving secret ballots for its elections due to COVID-19 pandemic? So this decision was taken by United Nations, and this decision was taken for the upcoming elections of United Nations Security Council. On which day the World No Tobacco Day is celebrated? So it is celebrated on 31st of May, and it is celebrated to spread awareness about the harmful impacts of tobacco and nicotine. Which country has terminated its relationship with WHO over its handling of coronavirus pandemic? So this country is USA. USA decided to end its membership. Which sports personality was ranked at the top spot in the annual Forbes ranking of highest paid athletes? So Roger Federer has topped this ranking released by Forbes, and Roger Federer is followed by Ronaldo, Messi and Neymar. So Roger Federer is associated to tennis. The union government has approved 445 crore rupees for the implementation of Jal Jeevan Mission in which state or union territory? So right answer is Chhattisgarh. Now this Jal Jeevan Mission is an initiative of Ministry of Jal Shakti, and the objective of this initiative is to ensure potable drinking water in all over the country by 2024. Which country that currently holds the presidency of BRICS hosted the meeting of BRICS heads of the tax authorities? So Russia is the current head of BRICS, and Russia organized the meeting of heads of tax authorities of BRICS countries. Previously, it was supposed to be held in Moscow. However, due to this COVID-19, it was organized through video conferencing. Which major technology company has launched a new application named Soda to help people maintain social distancing? So this has been launched by Google, and this will help people to maintain social distancing, and it is going to create a visual boundary using the smartphone data. K-Phone project that is to be implemented in Kerala is associated with which field? So this is associated to internet access, and recently this project was in news because the Chief Minister of Kerala announced that this K-Phone, that is Kerala Fiber Optic Network, will be implemented by December 2020. Which is the smallest state of India by area that celebrates Statehood Day on 30th of May? So it is Goa. It is important to note that Goa was a Portuguese colony and it became part of India through Operation Vijay. What is the name of scheme launched by Uttarakhand state government to provide loans to the migrant workers? So the name of the scheme is Mukhyamantri Swarozgar Yojana, and as per this scheme, the loans will be provided to the migrant workers so that they can start their work. On which day the International Everest Day is celebrated? So it is celebrated on 29th of May. Now 1st of June is celebrated as World Milk Day, and it is celebrated by FAO, that is Food and Agriculture Organization. The headquarters of FAO is in Rome in Italy. Which state is to launch a project to develop 800-kilometer roads as herbal roads? So the state is Uttar Pradesh, and it is going to ensure tree plantation on roadsides, and the trees will have medicinal and herbal value. What is the name of video blogging contest associated with International Yoga Day that was announced recently? So it was announced by the Prime Minister of India, and the name of this blogging contest is My Life, My Yoga, or it is also known as Jeevan Yoga. Which company has partnered with the Trivandrum-based SCTIM ST Institute for commercial production of COVID-19 kits? So for this purpose, Tata Group has partnered with Sri Kshetra Tirunal Institute for Medical Sciences and Technology. Which file sharing website has been ordered to be blocked by Department of Telecom? So recently, Telecom department issued an order, and it directed all the ISPs, that is Internet Service Providers, to block the file sharing website WeTransfer due to security reasons. Now WeTransfer is an internet-based computer file transfer platform, and it is headquartered in Amsterdam in Netherlands. Ashwani Bhatia has been appointed as the new MD of which Indian public sector bank? So Ashwani Bhatia has been appointed as the next MD of State Bank of India, and recently BBB, that is Banks Board Bureau, recommended this appointment. Which is the first private space company to send astronauts in space? So it is SpaceX, and it is California-based American space company, and it became the first private space company to send astronauts, and this company is owned by Elon Musk. Which venue was originally scheduled for the 47th G7 summit that has been postponed? So US was the host of G7 summit this year, and Camp David was the designated host. Now this has been postponed it is important to note that G7 countries are Canada, USA, Germany, France, UK, Italy, and Japan. Who has been nominated by BCCI, that is Board of Control for Cricket in India, for Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award? So Rohit Sharma has been nominated by BCCI for Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award. And apart from Rohit Sharma, Ishant Sharma, Shikhar Dhawan, and Dipti Yadav were recommended for Arjun Award. Now, in addition to Rohit Sharma, recently Virat Kohli was also in news, as recently Forbes released a list of highest paid athletes. And as per this list, Virat Kohli is the only Indian athlete in this list of top 100 highest paid athletes. Bobby Morrow, who passed away recently, was associated with which field? So, Bobby Morrow was a veteran athlete from USA and he passed away recently, so he was associated to sports. Next question is, what is the name of the program launched by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology in collaboration with Intel India? So the name of this initiative is Responsible AI for Youth, that is Responsible Artificial Intelligence for Youth, and this has been launched by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology in association with Intel India and with MHRD, that is Ministry of Human Resource Development. What is the theme of World Milk Day 2020? So every year on the 1st of June, World Milk Day is celebrated, and the theme of this year was 20th anniversary of World Milk Day. In which scheme 3 states, Odisha, Sikkim and Mizoram, have joined to bring the total number of implementing states to 20. So recently, One Nation, One Card scheme was in news. Now this scheme will allow the portability of ration card. That means if your ration card is of one state, you can still get the benefits of the same ration card in another state. So this will ensure the portability, and this will help the poor and migrant people to get the food benefits under NFSA, on which day the Global Parents Day is celebrated by United Nations. So it is celebrated on 1st of June, and this is celebrated to honor the parents. Now 2nd of June is celebrated as the Telangana Formation Day. Which consumer electronics company has partnered with Indian startup incubator T-Hub to support startup ecosystem in our country? So for this purpose, Oppo has partnered with T-Hub to support the startup ecosystem. India's largest energy exchange, IEX, that is Indian Energy Exchange, was launched, and it launched its RTM platform. Now the question is, what does RTM stands for? So RTM stands for Real Time Electricity Market. So this IEX is Indian Energy Exchange. Which state or union territory is set to produce the high quality Australian merino sheep wool indigenously? So right answer is Uttarakhand. So Uttarakhand is going to do so. Now this merino sheep wool is in high demand because it is softer than regular wool, and this is grown by the merino sheep that graze on the highlands of Australia and New Zealand. Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana, that is PM-BJP scheme, is implemented under which union ministry? So this is implemented by the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, and recently this scheme was in news because it achieved the target of 100 crores rupee sale. Which state-owned organization has developed a multi-purpose disinfection unit named Ultra Swachh? So this has been developed by DRDO, that is Defense Research and Development Organization, and DRDO is under MOD, that is Ministry of Defense. So this Ultra Swachh has been developed by INMAS, that is Institute of Nuclear Medicine and Allied Sciences. What are the large group of asteroids that share the Jupiter's orbit around the Sun, commonly called as? So these are known as Trojan asteroids, and the asteroids that share the Jupiter's orbit around the Sun are known as Trojan asteroids. As per India Meteorological Department, that is IMD, the southwest monsoon occurs during which period of the year? Right answer is June to September. So this is India, and the monsoon will arrive from this direction, and that is why it is southwest monsoon. And the southwest monsoon usually occurs in the period of June to September. The recent income tax return forms notified for assessment year 2020-2021 captures information on the cash deposits above which limit. So, as per the recent government notification, for the first time, the form separately captures information on cash deposits exceeding rupee 1 crore and expenditure on foreign travels exceeding rupee 2 lakhs. Who are the beneficiaries of newly launched scheme PM Swanidhi? So this scheme has been launched for street vendors, and this scheme has been launched by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Present Minister is Hardeep Singh Puri. What is the name of technology-based platform launched by Indian Prime Minister for MSME? So we have already covered it, and the name of this platform is Champions. Present MSME Minister is Nitin Gadkari, and he is also the Minister of Road Transport and Highways. What is the name of former Union Minister and 3-time Member of Parliament from Ladakh who passed away recently? So his name was P. Namgyal. He was the former MP from Ladakh. Which subordinate office of Agriculture Ministry recommends the change in MSP to Union Cabinet? MSP stands for Minimum Support Price. So this is recommended by CACP, that is Commission for Agricultural Cost and Price. So CACP is an attached office under Ministry of Agriculture and Family Welfare, and the CACP recommends regarding MSP. Which global rating agency downgraded India's sovereign rating to Baa3? So this has been announced by Moody's Investor Service. And as per this announcement, the global credit rating agency degraded India's foreign currency and local currency long-term issuer rating to Baa3. The previous rating was Baa2. Wajid Khan, who passed away recently, was associated to which profession? So he was associated to music, and he was musician. He passed away recently. Apart from him, recently archery coach Jayantilal Nanoma passed away. What is the name of cyclone that has intensified into a cyclonic storm that is expected to cross Maharashtra and Gujarat coast? So the name of this cyclone is Nisarg, and the name of this cyclone was given by Bangladesh. Which state recently celebrated its statehood day on 2nd of June? So Telangana celebrated its statehood day on 2nd of June. Telangana was formed in 2014, and it was the 29th state of India, and it was formed as per the provisions of Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act. Which union ministry launched the schemes named PLI, SPECS and EMC 2.0? So these schemes are related to the manufacturing of electronics, and recently Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology announced these initiatives. The present minister is Ravi Shankar Prasad. Which country has announced its 11th outbreak of Ebola virus disease? So this was recently announced by DRC, that is Democratic Republic of Congo, and this virus was first discovered in country in 1976. Which private foundation is set to become the largest funder of WHO, that is World Health Organization? So Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is going to be the largest funder of WHO. Recently, USA decided to stop the funding of WHO as well as to quit WHO membership. Which state has launched a month-long drive to spread awareness about COVID-19 pandemic under Mission Fateh? So this has been decided by Punjab, and the objective of this initiative is to spread awareness about the coronavirus. Which player has been nominated for the prestigious Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratan Award by Hockey India? So Rani Rampal nominated by Hockey India for Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratan Award, and Rani Rampal is presently the captain of National Women's Hockey Team. Rani Rampal is the first Indian to be named as the World Games Athlete of the Year. What is the name of initiative launched by Sports Ministry to train physical education teachers and community coaches? So the name of this initiative is Khelo India Community Coach Development Program, and for this initiative Sports Ministry is going to collaborate with Ministry of Human Resource Development, and present Sports Minister is Kiran Rijiju. The Union government has launched a drive to issue Kisan Credit Card to which category of farmers. So this was launched to provide Kisan credit cards to dairy farmers. And as per this campaign, government will provide KCC, that is Kisan credit card, to about 1.5 crore dairy farmers. And this special drive to provide Kisan credit card is a part of Prime Minister's Atmanirbhar Bharat package, which global organization launched a new initiative called COVID-19 Technology Access Pool. So this has been announced by WHO, that is World Health Organization. Present Chief of WHO is Dr. Tedros Adhanom. Which country is to deliver Rafale fighter aircrafts to India? Right answer is France. So recently there was a discussion between the Defense Minister of India and French Minister of Armed Forces, and it was announced that France is going to ensure timely delivery of Rafale fighter aircrafts to India. Who has been appointed as the next High Commissioner of India to UK? Right answer is Gayatri I. Kumar. So she has been appointed as India's next High Commissioner to UK. Previous High Commissioner was Ruchi Ghanshyam. Which state has made Aadhaar card mandatory for services like salon and beauty parlors to facilitate contact tracing? So this has been announced by Tamil Nadu to ensure proper contact tracing. So as per the new rules, the service providers will have to maintain a record of name, phone number, address as well as of Aadhaar card of the customers. Which Union Ministry has recently fixed the limit of local content in public procurement of 55 products? So this was announced by Ministry of Chemical and Fertilizer. What is the meaning of limit of local content in public procurement? That means if the government authority is going to procure something, they will have to procure from the domestic manufacturers rather than importing it from outside. Which country has prohibited the export of alcohol-based hand sanitizers in containers with dispenser pump? So this decision was taken by India, and as per the notification of DGFT, the hand sanitizers exported in any form will be allowed for export. Now previously, that is on 6th of May, the government had prohibited the export of all alcohol-based hand sanitizers. What is the estimate of horticulture production in 2019-20 as per the second estimate of Agriculture Ministry? So recently, the second advanced estimates of horticulture production were released by Agriculture Ministry, and as per this estimation, the horticulture production is going to be 320.48 million tons, and this is going to be 3.13% higher than previous year. Which association celebrated its 125th annual session on the theme Building India for a New World, Lives, Livelihood, Growth? So this was celebrated by CII, that is Confederation of Indian Industry, and recently Prime Minister delivered the address at 125th annual session of CII through video conference. Which global organization recently warned that 60 million people could be pushed into extreme poverty in 2020? So recently this was a warning by World Bank, and this was on the sidelines of a report or a part of a report that was released, and the name of this report is Global Economic Prospectus Report. What is the name of tropical storm that has hit El Salvador and Guatemala? So the name of this tropical storm is Amanda. So recently the Central American countries El Salvador and Guatemala were hit by tropical storm Amanda. Which technology company has announced the launch of a program for agri-tech startups in India? So this was announced by Microsoft, and the name of this program is Microsoft for Agri-tech Startups. So the focus of this initiative is going to be on those startups which are committed to the transformation of agriculture sector. STIP 2020, which was in news recently, is a scheme associated to which field? So it is a scheme associated to science and technology. And recently, central government has initiated a consultation process for the formulation of new STIP policy. Which music label entered into a global deal with Facebook to license its music? So recently, Saregama has partnered with Facebook. That means now the Facebook and Instagram users will be able to add music to their stories and to their post from Saregama music label. Now Facebook was also in news because of I4 India initiative. Indian Prime Minister is set to have his first ever virtual bilateral summit with the Prime Minister of which country? Right answer is Australia. The Prime Minister of Australia is Scott Morrison, and recently the virtual summit between these two leaders held, and that's why it was in news. Now answer in comment box whether Australia is a part of Malabar exercise or not. Australia is also a part of 2+2 initiative. Who was the chairperson of expert committee on rationalization, closure or merger of film media units? So this committee was headed by Vimal Julka, and recently this committee was in news as it submitted its report to Information and Broadcasting Minister Mr. Prakash Javadekar. Now recently Information and Broadcasting Ministry was also in news as it published an e-book titled 1 Year of Modi 2.0. Where are Pharmacopoeia Laboratory for Indian Medicine and Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia Laboratory located? So these two were in news recently as Union Cabinet has given its approval to re-establish Pharmacopoeia Commission for Indian Medicine and Homeopathy. The Union Cabinet has approved to rename which major port of India as Shama Prasad Mukherjee Port. So the name of this port is Kolkata Port and it will be renamed as Shama Prasad Mukherjee Port. Recently it completed 150 years, and during the 150th anniversary celebration, the Prime Minister announced that the Port Trust will be renamed after Shama Prasad Mukherjee. So this is India's first major port and it is only riverine port of our country. When was the Essential Commodities Act passed? So this act was passed in 1955 and recently it was in news because of the amendments by the government. So with the amendment, commodities like pulses, oil seeds and onions and potatoes will be removed from the list of essential commodities. Union Cabinet recently approved the MOU between India and which country on cooperation in the field of environment? Right answer is Bhutan. What is MOU? It is Memorandum of Understanding. The first question is, what is the objective of new initiative Saudesh that was seen in news recently? So this initiative Saudesh stands for Skilled Workers Arrival Database for Employment Support. So this has been launched for those Indians who came back to India due to this global lockdown and now they are in India. So the government is trying to provide them employment opportunities, and the Saudesh initiative will help by mapping their skills and by providing them adequate employment opportunities. So those who returned under Vande Bharat mission are the beneficiaries of this initiative. Who has been appointed as next ambassador of India to Finland? So recently Mr. Ravish Kumar has been appointed as India's ambassador to Finland. The capital of Finland is Helsinki and he is set to replace Vani Rao in Finland. Now apart from him, recently few other personalities were in news. Recently Rajiv Topno was in news as he has been appointed as Senior Advisor to Executive Director of World Bank, who will be the chairperson of EGOS, that is Empowered Group of Secretaries, that has been approved by the Cabinet recently. So EGOS will be headed by CS, that is Cabinet Secretary. Recently the Union Cabinet approved two setups. One is EGOS and second one is PDC. Which organization bagged 1094 crore rupees order from Defense Ministry to make 156 infantry combat vehicles, that is ICV. So this term ICV is important. So recently OFB, that is Ordnance Factory Board, received this order from Defense Ministry to make ICV, that is Infantry Combat Vehicles. Which Indian writer won the Regional Award for Asia of Commonwealth Short Story Prize 2020? Right answer is Kritika Pandey. So recently, Indian writer Kritika Pandey won this regional award for Asia of the Commonwealth Short Story Prize 2020. On which day the International Sex Workers Day is celebrated every year? So it is on 2nd of June and it is to spread awareness about the issues of sex workers. So 2nd of June is celebrated as this day. On the other hand, 3rd of June is celebrated as World Bicycle Day. Which Indian non-governmental organization has been conferred with the World No Tobacco Day Award by WHO, that is World Health Organization? So this award was given to SEEDS. What is SEEDS? It is a non-governmental organization and it stands for Socio-Economic and Educational Development Society. Basu Chatterjee, who passed away recently, was associated to which profession? So he was associated to filmmaking and he was a well-known filmmaker. Apart from him, recently lyricist Anwar Sagar passed away. Next question is, as per the State of India's Birds Report, 15 birds of which state have been flagged among species of concern? So recently this report was released, and as per this report, 15 bird species of Kerala have been flagged among species of concern, and this report has been released by NBA, that is National Biodiversity Authority. What is the name of tropical storm that has formed in the southern Gulf of Mexico? So the name of this tropical storm is Cristobal, and it has been formed in the southern Gulf of Mexico. See, this is Mexico, this is USA, and this tropical storm developed here. The capital of Mexico is Mexico City. Which space firm has recently launched 60 new internet satellites into orbit using Falcon 9 rocket? So this was done by SpaceX. SpaceX is headed by Elon Musk. Which country was the host of Virtual Global Vaccine Summit? So the summit was hosted by UK. The Prime Minister of UK is Boris Johnson, and at this Virtual Global Vaccine Summit, India pledged $15 million to Gavi. What is Gavi? It is Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunizations. Who has been appointed as the president of CII, that is Confederation of Indian Industry? Right answer is Uday Kotak. So Mr. Kotak has been appointed as next president of CII. He took over from the present president, and that is Vikram Kirloskar. Which country is set to re-enter the UN Security Council as a sole contender for Asia Pacific seat for non-permanent membership? So right answer is India. UNSC stands for United Nations Security Council. The Great Reset is the proposed theme of summit of which international organization? So this is related to World Economic Forum, as World Economic Forum is going to organize a twin summit in 2021. Which private sector bank has partnered with MasterCard India to launch a digital point of sale solution named Soft POS? So for this, Axis Bank, MasterCard and Worldline India collaborated. Which is the first bank in India to launch a mobile application for opening a current account? So this has been announced by IndusInd Bank, and therefore it became the first bank in our country to do so. That means first bank to launch a mobile application for opening a current account. And the name of this mobile app is Indus Corporate Mobile App. India has signed Mutual Logistics Support Agreement with which country? Right answer is Australia. So recently, the first virtual bilateral summit between India and Australia was organized, and during this summit, this Mutual Logistics Support Agreement was signed. What is the name of internship program launched to provide internship opportunities to the fresh graduates in all urban local bodies? So the name of this program is TULIP. TULIP stands for the Urban Learning Internship Program. So this is an internship program with special focus on ULB, that is urban local bodies. So this provides internship opportunities to the fresh graduates in urban local bodies and smart cities, and this was actually announced during the budget under the theme Aspirational India.